Dear students, a very good morning to everybody. Hope you all are fine. We are continuing the class digestion and absorption. Yesterday we discussed about the introductory portion of it, the alimentary canal, and out of this we discussed about the teeth, various types of teeth, dental formula, etc. Now we have another part of the alimentary canal, that is the tongue. Tongue is a voluntary muscular and glandular structure which occupies the floor of the mouth. Tongue is attached to the floor of the mouth by a fold called the frenulum of the tongue. An inverted V-shaped furrow termed the sulcus terminalis divides the upper surface of the tongue into anterior oral part and posterior pharyngeal part. These are falciparum papillae. It is the smallest and most abundant and have no taste buds. Then we have second, that is a fungiform or fungiform. It is fungiform papillae. It appears as red dots on tongue and contain taste buds. Then there is foliate papillae. It is absent in case of man. Then there is circumvallate papillae. It is the largest in size and knob-like. It also contains taste buds. The different areas of tongue are demarcated as under. Tip, it is for sweet taste. Tip and sides for salty or salt taste. Sides are for sour and base for bitter. There are no taste buds for tasting chilies. The burning sensation is due to stimulation of pain receptors. Sweat glands of dogs are present on tongue. That is the panting of dog. Now the pharynx. The oral cavity leads into pharynx. Pharynx is a common passage for food and air for breathing. Now the esophagus. The pharynx leads into esophagus. Glottis is the opening of the windpipe. A cartilaginous flap called epiglottis prevents the entry of food into the glottis during swallowing. The esophagus is a thin, long muscular tube which extends posteriorly, passing through the neck, thorax, and diaphragm, and leads to a J-shaped bag-like structure called stomach. The opening of esophagus into the stomach is regulated by a muscular sphincter, which we call as gastroesophageal sphincter. Now the stomach. Stomach is located in the upper left portion of the abdominal cavity. It has three major parts: a cardiac portion into which the esophagus opens, a fundic region, and a pyloric portion which open into the first part of small intestine. Now the small intestine. Small intestine is distinguished into three regions: duodenum, jejunum, ileum. Duodenum is C-shaped. Jejunum is long and coiled middle portion, and ileum is highly coiled longest portion. Pyloric sphincter regulates the opening of stomach into the duodenum. Ileum, the last part of small intestine, leads into the large intestine. The walls of intestine has thin layers of longitudinal and circular muscles. Mucosa has folds called plicae circularis or folds of Kerckring or valvulae conniventes and villi towards lumen of the intestine. Epithelial cells lying in the villi have microvilli which further increase the absorptive area. Intestinal glands are crypts of Lieberkühn have epithelial cells meant for secretion of mucus. Paneth cells which secrete digestive enzymes and Argentophin cells probably secrete hormones. In duodenum, Brenner's glands are also present, located in submucosa, which secrete mucus. Diffused patches of lymphoid tissue are present throughout the small intestine and are aggregated in ileum to form Peyer's patches. Another parts of the alimentary canal will be in our next offline class.